Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking. Welcome to another video. This is Duel versus SteveO-ThreeThumbs Industrial Duel Quick Standard Speed Skirmish planes. The rules are no wonders, no nukes. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm checking out the closest surroundings of my starting position. I can see good city spots like the desert tile on the river, the hill close to the mountain where my musket is, and another one spot in the north between the ship and the hill. I'm thinking about planting capital on luxury so I get the extra happiness. The only problem is there's a little hammers in my starting position, but I guess it should be fine. The usual plan, I think, is go Liberty Opener, taking Free Settler, taking the Worker, and then opening Order for the extra happiness, and then taking Industrialization for factories, and when factories hit, I should be able to get the social policy for faster factory building, so I get that. And the science bonus is pretty nice. Usual start, ironworks for extra hammers, 7 turns, that's quite a long, but as I said, I have no hammers and I actually want to leave the forest so I can work them later on. We played the Dutch, I think. There's nothing special about Dutch civilization for multiplayer, except for one thing, which is polders, which are pretty nice. You can build them on marsh or on flat plains. Actually, industrial era, they are pretty strong. So we go industrialization for coal factories. I'm gonna chop the forest on hill to fasten the ironworks. And scout around. Scouting, the most important part in almost every game. When you have the vision of the enemy land, you can basically see a lot of stuff. For example, you can see what wonders they are building, how much population do they have in the cities, stuff like that, or where they actually gonna plant the cities if you see the land. So getting early vision is very important. Even losing some units to scout a city or a capital is sometimes worth it, but of course it's a matter of personal preference, but I like to have the vision. So what's going on? Improving. I'm probably waiting for Steve's turn. Yeah, there we go. So, as I said, I'm gonna scout first before I plant the cities to see if there's no better spots. So I won't be mad when I actually plant the cities and I'm like, oh man, I should plant one tile further because it's much better. So I did plant the cities. Plant one city. At the moment I chop the forest. So you go usual food. Since there's no food here, we're gonna go food. Worker. I like to do workers, 2 workers per city in industrial start, because the land is kind of worked for a long time. So having excess of workers is quite good, in my opinion. But that's the matter of personal preference. I like to have 2 workers quickly because you can improve those 3 starting tiles pretty fast, and then you can improve the land, and later on when you get cities you actually don't have to build workers, or you just have the workers to go in front lines to build roads and chop forest. Having a lot of workers in front lines is pretty good. You can make you can acquire mobility for your army pretty quickly. Oh, actually, I planted the city between the two hills. Probably the reason for this, I mean, the reason is quite simple, to be honest, is because culture borders spreads and kind of not intuitive way for production, and hills are like less priority for culture borders. So if you want to have hills in your cities quickly, you need to plant your city. So the hills are in the first ring of your city, or otherwise you'll have to just buy it. So for example, I planted this city in between those two hills and not between the hill and the sheep, because now I have those two hills in my borders, and the cultural borders will spread to sheep because they tend to do that. It's gonna spread to iron, salt. But if I would plant it on between the sheep, it would just spread to iron, the salt, and the plain river plains, and I would like never get the hill, so I have to work it. That's just the way it works around. So here I'm declaring war. This is the usual stuff in duels. You basically declare war on sight. Try not to forget that. Sometimes people forget to declare war, and then you can sneak some movements to enemy land. Cause I mean, the reason for is the units block each other because of the zonal control, and if you have no zone control, you just swoop past a unit and you get an advantage like that. So I'm gonna move my units to block him from scouting, and I'll try to sneak in a unit in his land to have some vision. I'm gonna say something about the openings. You're probably wondering about the initial social policies choices. I said that in the previous videos, but I guess I'm gonna say it in every video. Probably not every of you watch the videos, every video on this channel, and I think with so much time in between turns, it's kind of good to repeat the basics. The basic is in industrial, you basically have two viable openings. They kind of differ from each other. It's the Liberty opening and Liberty Order opening. Each has its pros and cons. The Liberty opening gets you the initial settler, the worker bonus. You get the Golden Age or happiness, but the choice is Golden Age for the most of the time because it gives you the initial production boost, so it's kinda good rush opening because you get the production boost. You can spam units from your first initial cities and just attack early on, which is a very strong opening. Or you can just use the production bonus and gold bonus to get your infrastructure quicker than your opponent. Some people go happiness, but honestly happiness route is not that good because you're not gonna get roads that quickly, so there's no point. I mean, you get the minus 5% happiness, but that doesn't work that well. So the other choice is I scouted and backup. The other choice is order. When you open Liberty till settler, you get the worker for the faster worker. So your workers improve your land faster, and you get the order opening for the extra happiness per city, and you prepare to get the I don't remember exactly how that social policy is called, but it's when you build factories half the usual time, and you get the plus 25% bonus in science in cities with factories. It's a very good opening, very strong opening. It's kind of balanced because if you see someone goes for Liberty and Golden Age, you can always change to You can always change with this social policy, with your next social policy to golden age, but to be honest, I don't like doing it because you can build units. The most important thing is to keep the track of the army at the start. Like this game, I'm building some extra units to have the control of the map. So if you do that, you are free to echo a bit. In my capital, I made ironworks and I did National College. I like National College. I'm gonna repeat myself again. I like National College more than building a university, because National College gives you that 50% boost in science, and it gives you +3 science, and you actually don't have to use population to get that. And if you university is only 33% science, and you actually would have to use a person, I mean one population to work the university to get that plus extra 3 science. And population at the start of the game is best used to get as much growth and production as possible. At least that's my opinion. So National College and then university for that another 33 science, but I like to start with National College. As you can see, polder, it's crazy tile. I mean, +4 food. Oh, it's craziness. Very good tile. So I get some free scouting. I see his worker, and I'm gonna snatch his worker with a shift click. Yeah. Next turn. I think he didn't pay enough notice to the map at this point. I'm sure that his worker should see my musket, but I guess he didn't notice that. So improving my land, improving food, every tile that I can with all my workers as fast as possible. In the meantime, building roads to get that extra gold and get the mobility to move units around my land. So I'm trying to run away. As you can see, that wasn't a shift click, that was actually a fast click. I know he wants to snatch my units, my scouting unit. He devoted 2 muskets to kill it, so I'm just trying to buy some time and scout some lands with it. And I took this worker, which is pretty cool, so I'll get extra worker, and I denied him a worker. I like it. I'm gonna build a cannon to have some damage, range damaging unit in front, so I can control the front. Extra food, yeah, exactly, extra food, extra happiness, buildings, just improving my econ, making good capital. I want to grow my capital and make the most important buildings, so I can then just pop settlers from my capital. Making settlers, I mean settlers take a long time in the industrial start, but you get a population 3 cities with buildings. I guess that's a good reason why. So making settlers is kind of risky because it takes a huge amount of time. The time that like 2-3 units you could build in your capital. So making settlers and expanding only is a bit risky, so you gotta pay attention and balance it out a bit. Yeah, population 5, I want to grow to population 6, I think, as fast as possible, and with population 6 I'll probably just spam settlers. Food, exactly. If you're wondering why I'm locking food tiles, I think I missed. Yeah, he forgot about it as well. The reason I'm locking tiles with food, I mean, I lock the tiles I want to work in, but then I set the focus in a city to food, because most of the time I keep my population on high production, so I lock tiles with not a lot of excess food and not with excess growth. So for the most of the time I my city just barely got the extra population and is working a production tile, so if an enemy unit would come and step on my food resource, the AI would just switch to a production tile and I would lose one population. This way, when you have improved food tiles around your land, when someone just swoops by onto your food, the AI will just switch to another food, so at least you won't lose the population.
So the technology choice scientific theory. I'm gonna go public school. I kind of know we need to echo a bit because if I remember correctly, he doesn't have that much army and I control the middle, so I know he's gonna echo as well. So I want to have that technological advantage. So I kind of risk scientific theory. I mean, risk. No really risk this game, but when you go industrial era, to be honest, there's always a risk factor when you don't go straight for artillery, because like those 7 turns, it's a lot. You can make a lot of artillery in that time, and if you get good gold, you can upgrade a lot of cannons. So you can be in a lot of trouble if you skip artillery technology. But this game, I was pretty sure it's okay to go science, go public school, and then go for artillery. Those random voices you can hear. It's my kid. He's on my arms at the moment. So we kinda we are doing commentary together, right, my son? Yeah. So I'm improving the land still. What do we go for? We go for, yeah, factory. So I had the coal in the desert hill, so I actually got the coal right away, which is pretty good. Only 2 turns wait. This doesn't always look that good, because most of the times coal is actually not in your territory, so you gotta go make a settler and grab it. But I was lucky enough, so I got the coal in my territory, so now I'll just hit the social policy for the factories and I'll build them half time. Of course, if I remember correctly. Let's see what I pick. Yeah, exactly. So I pick the factories, half-time production, plus science, so it's good. It's kind of good. I was only off by 1 turn, so only 1 turn, half a turn lost of production there. This is pretty good. So I'm gonna pop the factory. I'll try to get. I think I'm gonna stay pop 6, if I remember correctly. We shall see that. I kinda don't remember this game that good because it was quite some time ago. Maybe not that quite some time ago, but when you have a little girl at home, every week is like ages, right? Yeah, right. I'm holding him in my hands right now. You can hear him breathing. Okay. So I tried to trap those 2 muskets of Steve, but of course he noticed that's the rough ground, so he noticed my movements for ages. Ages ago he noticed that, so he'll probably just gonna try to run away. I should have moved, maybe should have attacked, but I didn't, so he's gonna get those 2 muskets to safety easily, if I remember correctly. I mean, I should wait right here and just stay and move 1 musket when he's gonna move. But I did only shift clicks. I think I pressed next turn, so he's just gonna move right now. And I didn't react fast enough. So he's gonna escape with those 2 muskets, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there we go. And enter. So he waited till the last second. This is what happens most of the time. You wait till the last second and you do a move, especially when you host. It works wonders. So be aware of that. I actually saved my scout. That's I saved all my scouts and I snatched the worker, but I didn't see his capital. But in this game it's not that much important. I will be happy to see his capital, but since we are playing without wonders, it doesn't matter that much, because he's not going to surprise me with building any wonders. So division of capital would only mean that I can see how much population he has in his capital. It's not that important. Of course, I would like to have it, but there's like no real chance right now without sacrificing, for example, I don't know, two horsemen or something like that to do it. So, of course, I will not. I'll just try to control this land, this middle, so he cannot plant a city right now on me. Though of course, I'm not gonna do any spoilers, I guess. Let's just see what happens. Right, son? Yeah, right, son. He's gonna be a Civ player, of course. Of course, if in 10 years we're gonna play Civ still, right? Of course, right. Let's see what's going on. So I got my factory in my capital. I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? Yeah, National Treasury for some extra gold. So I'm gonna try to go pop 7, I believe, before I'm gonna start making settlers. I'm boring, huh? My son comments. A big yawn. And my musket just fell in a trap and he's going to die. Ah, damn it. A trap. Musket has been trapped. Nothing I can do to save him. So now I see quite a large amount of land. I think at this moment I'm thinking about putting 3 or even 4 more cities. And you can see the call in the right northern corner of the map. There's a hill there, so I'm kind of planning to plant there. I'm planning to plant next to the mountain in north, and I'm planning to plant on this hill, forested hill, just left of my worker, near that Groningen. Yeah, Groningen city. So, some lancers to control the land, to have some mobile units to control the middle. I'm finishing up factories, universities, going rifling actually. That's interesting. Why I'm going rifling? No, I don't remember this game. That's good. Why are we going rifling, my son? Will I escape with the musket? That's the question. Will I escape or will I not? As you can see, he has a bit of population advantage, but I got production advantage, which is pretty nice, and got science advantage at the moment, which is pretty nice as well. So I pushed him back from southern part of the map. Now I'm gonna do some lancers and try to control the north as well. I'm pop 7. Yeah, I'm pop 7, so I'll probably just start making settlers. Yeah, exactly, I'm gonna finish National Treasury and I'm just gonna start making settlers. There's really no point waiting for more population since I really don't have any more hammers in that city. So I'm just gonna pop settlers. Yeah, I'm first in he's first in production, kinda even in production hammers. So that's pretty nice. I still don't know why I went rifling. Son, come on, answer me. Why did I go rifling this game? I'm putting a road in front of my city just to have to get units quicker to the front. Yeah, I'll try to snatch that. Ah, yeah, forgot about my musket. I didn't mention to him, so I just sniped it off. So I got my public schools, so I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna build them quickly to get the tech advantage. Now I'm popping settlers. I want to have as many cities as I can. I mean, as I can, good spots before the actual artillery will hit. Oh, so I changed the public school. Interesting, interesting. Well, I guess I want the public school first. Which is kind of good. It doesn't take that much to build it, and the extra science is always nice, especially in the capital. So I guess I went heavy on science. I get a little advantage with science thanks to the factory bonus, which is pretty good of going order opening. He's got more population, so I guess he just went more happy buildings. Population gives science, so he's gonna catch up. So I got my lancers. I want to scout the north since I lost the musket. So I want to check out what's up there. I'm still wondering why I went rifling. I really don't recall. Maybe I tried to go aluminum first, but I kinda don't remember exactly. I guess we should see when I finish rifling. No, I'm sorry. As you can see, the culture borders doesn't go to any hills. So every hill that is not in your culture borders you'll have to buy later on, and that costs a lot of gold. So you'll be like hammering for gold. Every gold is important, so that's why you really want to settle close to hills, especially in later starts when tiles are very expensive and you don't make that much gold. Yes, I'm gonna try to go pop 8 while I build public school, get some more hammers with the stable, and then I'm gonna make settlers. So I'm first in army, so I kind of know he goes echo. I mean, he builds buildings and he doesn't focus on army right now, which is kind of good because I want to do exactly the same. I want to have some time to fit in settlers as well. Fertilizer. I honestly don't know why I did rifling. I figured that was just a misclick with the queuing of technology. There's really no point for me going rifling. What can I say? This is when you comment something a little bit later. Next videos I will do the commentary on the videos I've already uploaded, so I'm gonna re-upload them. And next games I'll try to record on the fly, so you kind of get the my exact thoughts and probably a bit of emotion. I don't exactly know how it will work out, since I mean I tried to do a commentary on a MQ game, but I kind of wasn't prepared for. I didn't have that much time, so I had to take care of the kid later on. So it was like in pieces, and then I actually couldn't finish the game, so I decided that I'm not gonna upload it. But I guess I'll be able to. It was not that bad to comment and play at the same time, but it was in queue. So what I'm doing right now is I'm putting. I'm doing this trick with. I mean, it's not a trick. That's just like it works right now. So I'm putting one population on every every specialist slot for great artists, for great scientist, and great engineer. So when you do it in the same time, they're gonna pop all at the same turn. Only thing you're gonna get is the increase in the great person points for 3 persons, but you're gonna get 3 person at the same time. So it's kind of good when you wanna rush. For example, have a great scientist. You don't want to choose between great scientist, great artist, and whatever great person of your choice. And you kind of want to rush a wonder, and at the same have a great scientist for science. So you can basically do this and get 3 great person at the same turn, which is very nice in my opinion. Sadly, I shouldn't go great engineer probably this game because we are playing without wonders, so it really doesn't matter if I get a great engineer. But my thought process was I have a crappy capital, so great engineer will not be bad. Will only give extra hammers to my capital. So I guess I'll just in the end thought it's a good idea to put a great engineer. So I'm preparing to snipe off his musket with my muskets and the lancers to get control of the north as well. I want to have the control of north to settle more cities. So he won't snatch, he won't flank me. So we got fertilizer, military science, and artillery. We got our public schools up, so at this moment we're kind of prepared. We have everything, I have everything that I need to wage war right now. Only thing I miss is like happiness building and aqueduct, maybe stables or some other buildings. But overall, the all the important ones I got. So now I can freely spam units, build some units or build some other buildings. The science buildings are up and the the production buildings are up, so that's very nice. I got population 6 cities. I'm a little behind in population. A little behind. I'm behind in population, so he's got greater, maybe not greater science right now, thanks to my factory bonus, but he's gonna catch up sooner or later. Population means more of everything, to be honest. So, growth and population is a very important part of this game. It's sometimes kind of hard to balance. If I want to make a new city, or do I just want to grow a city? But this is all about decisions, and one again decisions. We can wait for Steve to finally finish his turn. Yes, I'm gonna try to snipe his musket right now. And I think I'm gonna succeed. Yeah, shift click, boom boom. And then kinda, it wasn't planned, but I messed it up a little bit. Because, as you can see, I didn't take the promotion account. I lost so many units because of this. And you kind of need to pay attention when you shift click a unit onto something that it actually does not promote on the next turn. Because if you want to double click, click something really fast and kill something, you're gonna have to still click the promotion, and like, if you're not expecting that, it takes ages. So I kind of messed up that up a bit, but he messed it as well. Well, he didn't have any way to go, to be honest, but he could have a heal. Thankfully, he didn't, so I was able to kill that unit off. But if you would have a heal, I'll probably just survive. So you gotta pay attention to those bits of information. But what happened now? I take control of the north, so I can actually plant a city there. I get my settler. I'm gonna go to the north. I'm already making roads to connect it faster. Observatories are almost done. I have two nice cities close to the mountain. It's good to make cities in mountains, especially the first one, and especially in industrial era. I mean, in the early era it doesn't matter that much, because barely you get to observatories in Duel. Um, the games usually end with either crossbow or artillery. Um, I played like not many games that actually the fight went to something like planes or tanks, but it happens of course, but most of the time you finish artillery, so kinda planning to build an observatory in the city is kinda useless. Oh, and he planted an aggressive city. That's very good city spot to keep me away. So another settler, two more settlers. I'm gonna plant the city next to the mountain where the worker on the horses at the moment, like those two tiles and one to the mountain, and one I'm planning to plant another three tiles where my muskets are close to the oasis. So I have a front city of my own in there. It's kind of it's a bad defensive position, but I was planning on planting the city and buying mountains. I mean, buying the, the mountain and the tile behind it, but I kind of didn't have gold, so you will see that it will not actually turn as I planned. But that was the general idea. I wanted to have a city there as well and have something to protect. And move my units around there to have my roads and something close to the front, because the fight is gonna take there, the place there. So I'm trying to get there as fast as possible. I'm backing out my cannon to upgrade to artillery, though I don't have money, which is not cool. So I take golden age right now. This is kind of what it's while you wait for the golden age. So now I got all my infrastructure up, so I get more benefit from the golden age than I would get at the start, but still, because you wait so much, you kind of lose that boost from the beginning if you start with the golden age. It's kind of hard to tell what's better. It's kind of what suits your play style, game style the most. So I guess I'm gonna go for oil first. Kind of interesting. I guess I want to rush. Yeah, I now I remember. I wanted to rush plane and rush planes. It's not a real rush. I wanted to have oil, and I think I wanted to go planes. And the main reason for this is planes are well, they are average, but there's one really good thing about having planes that people overlook. It's vision. Fighters are great for vision. When you put a fighter in a city, you get vision around that city. So for me, it's very important because when I'm gonna plan that frontal city, I will not have vision for my artillery and for my units. So he will be able to shoot my units, and I will not be able to shoot back, which is not good. So I kind of figure out I need a plane to put there, and I will need some bombers to also deal damage. And bombers are good. They are not like super extra. You need one-shotting everything, but they are still good. They deal a lot of damage. And one of the most important things about bombers is still they're all well, good thing and a bad thing. They are all in one tile. So you get 10 bombers, you get them in a city. You have a lot of DPS that I will use like I don't know, some MMO style words. So you got a lot of damage focused in one spot. You couldn't pull the same thing with, for example, artillery, because you cannot fit so many artilleries in one tile. But with bombers you can. So even if you don't plan on only using bombers, they are great support. So I kinda like bombers in that way. When you go bombers, you have that DPS and map awareness when you get vision, and you can bomb units in a large area around your city. So I like that. That's why I usually go bombers. I mean, it's sometimes a bit risky because of the tanks. When you don't have any strong melee units on the ground, tanks are devastating, especially for artillery. When someone rush tanks, but still, planes are good. Planes are good as well. As you can see, I'm just pumping units right now, and I was thinking about dealing some damage to his city, but I think it turned out that I'm actually just defending. Um, but still, you have to get some artilleries. Artilleries are very good, especially against cities. They are a bit overpowered against cities, especially when you're using shift clicks. You can like shift click 3 artilleries and cities down in like 2 turns. So it's kind of very scary.
So I'm gonna go a little bit forward with my units and try to control at least a bit of the land. So I got my aluminium. I got my aluminium. I don't get my aluminium. I mean, uh, there's aluminum on the right side. Uh, I'm going to get oil now. I went for aluminium first for the hydro plant. It's good to have a hydro plant, especially if you get rivers. It's gonna improve your production by quite a bit. So I got my aluminium. I'm gonna work on the hydro plant. In the meantime, I'm gonna get oil, and then I'm gonna go for planes. For planes. I was thinking about I'm just gonna pop some artilleries so I can push a little bit. I mean, so I can put a little bit pressure on his north city. So kind of force him into building a bit of units or just preemptive build my units so I can defend at least a little bit against him. So I can protect my front city. I'm slowly walking toward there. I kinda don't want him to see my settler. Oh, he snatched my musket. So he's got vision here. Now he controls the south part of the map. So I can't do much to stop him from setting a city there. But I can control my side of the mountain in the north, so I can settle my city and hope to put up a defense there. I'm hoping he's gonna attack north. Um, I think it's kind of smart. Is my city in the south is in a good defensive position. It's very close to my other city, so even if he starts moving south, I can quickly reinforce south to defend. So kind of only option is for him to control the north and flank me from the north. There's no really good defensive spots in north, and attack from both directions. But I'm kind of gonna put my city right now, and I'm gonna try to buy some tiles to have the vision of his city. Can't buy anything to have the vision of the city, but I can buy the hill front, so I can get the vision in front of his city at least. Yeah, so at least I see that unit and I can bombard this unit and see what's going on there. I kind of wanted to buy the southern mountain, but I don't have money for it, um, which it's gonna be a pain later on. You're gonna see why. Vision is quite important in industrial. I mean, every time vision is industrial, but especially when you get artillery, a unit that goes with 3 has the range of 3. And since we are not playing with spies, I just can't put a city. I mean, I can't just put a spy in his city to have the vision. So getting vision of land is even more important because you just cannot abuse spies, which are a bit OP in that regard. But sadly, I don't have gold to buy the mountain. Yeah, so I need to start work on my happiness. I probably should have done that earlier, but well, I had some other things to do, like echo and science. So I'm first in army. I'm first in science at the moment, so that's kind of good. I'm a little behind in production, but I should be perfectly fine. And I got oil in my land, which is pretty good. As I said, I can now improve the oil and just research planes and right away make planes, which is pretty good. Other way around it is when you get oil and you actually get oil, you can take tanks. So if you got cavalry and gold, you can upgrade all your cavalry to tanks, which is pretty strong as well. I kinda don't like tanks. I mean, I prefer planes first. It's kind of risky because you don't have ground units to defend against an enemy tanks, so you're vulnerable for a couple of turns, but usually it pays off. now making hydro plant to improve my hammers a bit. So he pushed me back in south. I can try to do at least a little damage, but honestly there's not much I can do. I'm setting up defense here. You can see him rolling, so he's gonna be quite aggressive on this side because he can keep units on the ship and on the forested hill behind the mountains, and I can't see him. He can see me and bombard me. Sniping me off like crazy. There's not much I can do in the south. I'm using workers to scout what's around there. I kind of feel I'm okay at this moment, but it's a false feeling to be honest, cause so late in industrial start, units take like 1 to 2 turns to make. So those couple of turns that I have left to planes, uh, well, in those turns, if I will not make army, he can easily make a lot of artillery, a lot of units, and just push me back. So you cannot just like go echo all out, because making units in industrial start is really fast. So you cannot fall behind because units are strong and they can take cities like in no time, especially artillery. I want to finish the road there. Finally, I'm first in production, though I'm in golden age. Um, Still. That rifleman in south gives vision to his artillery behind the mountains, which I really don't like, and he tries to surround me in south. So what I did here, I actually get a flanking bonus for my cavalry, but that wasn't enough, and this will cost me, I think it will cost me artillery. We shall see next turn what will happen. He pushes me back, as you can see, because he has vision and I don't have vision of his artillery behind the mountains, so he can freely shoot me and I cannot. It's a really painful situation to be in, but I'm trying to road the spots around there so I can at least have some mobility before he tries to take my city. I need to put my echo up a bit with those hydro plants. That's a lot of hammers. It's like 6, 7, 8 hammers per city if you use all the tiles on rivers. So it's a pretty decent building. I mean, pretty decent is a very good building to have. So I'll try to save my artillery, most probably. Will it work? We shall see.
Okay, managed to have a heal. I mean, like, come on. Though at least I didn't lose the artillery, so that's decent, I guess. But still, he's fast. Got a heal. Uh, so and he planted a frontal city, another frontal city. So he's pushing me back to defense right now. I still have 3 turns to planes, so I need to survive those 3 turns so I can defend with the planes.
And maybe counter a bit. But first things first. First we need to survive. Go with a great general, that's always nice. Most of the times, who has the more great generals kind of has the advantage in land, controlling the land close to the cities. I mean, generals are a huge tactical asset in Gods of Kings. As you can see, my great personnel almost finished, so that's gonna be an extra golden age. So I'll get some gold at least, some extra production, which is always nice. You see Polder, it's just great. It's an insane tile in Industrial, especially on River. Hammer, a lot of gold. Happiness a bit of a pain. I slacked in that regard. I should have made theaters a bit earlier. But as I said, I wanted to have the eco and science up. So he's killing me in population, which means he's gonna get ahead in science soon. Because my early bonus, yeah, he just entered modern era. So he's a little bit ahead in science, at least in maybe he skipped attack or two, but still he's already in modern era, so he's gonna get close to tanks. As you can see, he's trying to bombard my city, like 2 artillery shots, and it's already 50% HP down. So now I'm in a bit of trouble. Three artillery shots, because he has 2 artillery behind the mountain, yeah, here. So I need to defend. So I will try to do some damage and block his cavalry from taking my cities by surrounding the city itself with units, so I can survive. Losing this city would be a huge blow for me. I really need to control that land in the north. Even if I have to lose some units, I need to wait right now for bombers to come, because it's gonna be the thing that can save me right now. There's not much I can do to gain vision behind his lens, so he's always gonna have advantage at the moment, because he can put a lot more units right now, and he already has the vision, so he can bombard me freely and I cannot. So I'm in a bad tactical spot at the moment, so I just need to hold back, defend, and not lose the city. It sounds easy. It sounds easy when I talk about it, but that's what I have to do. And then try to counter with bombers. Counter at least. Try to gain ground with bombers. Yes, I'm gonna shift click my cavalry, gonna try to snipe some artilleries in the back, hoping he doesn't have enough defense there, escort for the artillery. I'm still popping a settler. I want to plant on this artillery to have a defensive position in the south as well. so he cannot pass there, or maybe put a little bit pressure. Yeah, as you can see, he backed up. That didn't turn that well. At least I sniped one artillery. So at a price of cavalry, I guess it's not bad, because every artillery I can kill right now is good for me, because it means less damage on my city. Yeah, he bought a mountain. He should have done that ages ago. Now he has vision of all those hills, so he can shoot me freely. But as I said, the problem is he can shoot my city, take it to 1 HP and sneak a cavalry behind my units and just take the city. I'm trying to be prepared for that. So you see my artillery in the back, the one that is hitting. It's like when you fight, you always have to be aware that you can lose a city. So sometimes it's best to leave your units with the ability to shoot. So when someone rush and take your city down, you just shoot the city back and retake it the same turn. Sometimes it can happen a couple of times in the same turn, taking and retaking the city. This is just how it works, especially in industrial with artillery, because cities go down so fast, and when you actually take it, the combat strength of city goes so low. It's like what, 2 shots or 1 even shot with artillery and melee units swoops in and it's over. So I'm gonna shift click, try to kill him, kill his Gatling, deny him the vision, though he already has the mountain, so it doesn't mean much, but at least I can deny him this unit. Gatling for Lancer, I guess it's not a bad trade. So we got a general in the back, not in the city, as I said. I'm not gonna put it in the city because I'm afraid at this moment that I can lose my city. Because yeah, you see, she shift clicked the cavalry already. So yeah, I'm trying to snipe it off quickly. Yes, there we go. There we go. So I'm safe for this turn. He can still bombard me, but at least he cannot take the city this turn. So I got some reinforcements coming back, coming from the back. I got my flight finished. So I'm kind of getting there to a comfortable position. But as I said, he's already in modern era, and I'm betting he went tanks. So that's gonna be painful because tanks are very strong, and I don't have melee units that's even close in strength to tanks at the moment. That's the main problem of going planes. You don't have anything similar in strength on the ground, so you're kinda dependent for the couple turns until you get some strong melee units. So there's a window of opportunity for a player that get tanks to swoop in and take your cities, because that's the problem with tanks. I mean, it's not the problem that he's gonna like destroy whole your army, but he can take your strategic city or even 2 cities, because tanks are so strong. Our artillery take ages to kill them, so you just kill all the units around the city with tanks. You bomb the city with artillery, and you just take the city. And that's the real danger from tanks. That's why I'm a bit afraid of that. That's why I'm desperately trying to defend in the north, trying to surround my city so he cannot take it. And I'm hoping it will work out. Yeah, I'm still second in production, so he's ahead in production. He's coming ahead in science most probably. So still I'm in kind of defensive position. I'm waiting for my great person to spawn so I can pop a golden age, get that hammer advantage for a final push. I'm waiting for the great scientist to get some extra science, stronger technologies. But for now, I'm kinda in defense, though you think it doesn't look like that, but really I'm defending right now. Oh, and I misclicked. So bad. So bad. Okay, good. So I cannot block this. That was a stupid move from me. I shouldn't have done that uh, with the rifle. It doesn't look like that because guy have many units, but I'm in a desperate position at the moment because he can snipe one of my units quickly and sneak in a cavalry to take the city. So I need to pay attention where his units are moving, so I can defend properly, so I can replace the wounded units, so he cannot sneak a melee unit on my land, on that hill or close to the city, so I can actually defend. As I said, I'm not in a good spot right now. Yeah, you see rifle lancers coming from the other side. He's strong right now, he's really strong. So I'm trying to trade off units, so he can. I want to kill all his melee units. I mean, the most of his melee units. Yeah, I'm even second in army right now, so I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble right now. I'm trying to strengthen the defenses of the city, so I'm gonna build only defense buildings. They are pretty good in Gods of Kings, adding the hit points, not only defense but hit points. So it's pretty strong to have defensive units in a city, especially versus artillery, because artillery is so strong against cities, really strong. I mean, a lot of people kinda don't like artilleries, because they are weak against stronger units. For example, you can't kill tanks with them, or infantry or war infantry. It takes ages to kill something with artillery, but against cities it's so strong. So even when you fight stronger modern units, you actually need some artilleries to put the pressure against a city, which is always very nice. So you can put a city to 0 HP, and the opponent just is trying to crazily defend, so you cannot sneak a cavalry or a tank. This is really important to have artilleries. As you can see, he's trying to snipe off my rifleman, so I need to quickly replace again. So now he kinda knows, I mean he knows, I think he knows that I have enough units to hold him back a bit, so he's not wasting artillery shots on the city right now, because he knows he needs to kill my units off. To be honest, I think from this moment I'm starting to feel a bit comfortable, because he hasn't got tanks yet, and he is allowing for my city to heal actually. I think better for him would be, I'm taking nationalism for the extra combat strength in my land, because I'm defending right now, and I still didn't finish my 3 great person, so I don't want to finish Liberty 3 right now. And the extra combat bonus is really nice, really nice with the modern units. I mean, with the units that have a lot of combat strength, every extra percentage, it's a huge deal, because when you have a warrior with 8 strength and you gain 50%, warrior is 9.5 strength unit against a warrior that has 8 strength. It doesn't mean that much, but when you have a 50 combat strength infantry and it has the 15% boost, so that's almost 7.5 combat strength. So this starting to add up, especially when you go later on with the tiers. For example, with mech infantry, 115 against 100, that's quite a lot. As you can see, I'm making one triplane for division, and the rest is bombers. Well, triplanes are not only for division, because later on you can, when someone has the air anti-air units or his own interceptors, you just use your interceptors to make the air sweep on the area or the unit you want to kill or attack. So then you just I try to deny slow his settler down a bit, so he cannot plant right now. Going for that plane. So you got, when you get your own interceptors, you can air sweep the units you're going to attack and use the interceptors intercepting of the enemy units, enemy anti units, or enemy interceptors. So actually your bombers don't take that much damage. So it's pretty nice to not only have bombers but have interceptors as well. A lot of players kinda miss that mechanics of the game, and they only do bombers, and they rely on the vision, for example, of the melee units or spies, when you actually you got one interceptor and you get the vision around the city. Like you're gonna see this, I get an interception, I get an interceptor, and I'm gonna put it in my frontal city, and next there I'm gonna get nice vision, so I can finally shoot the things in the back, hopefully. Yeah, he was making roads. He's has a lot of artillery in the back, and as I said, he's pushing me back because he has the vision. Vision is very important in industrial with artilleries, so especially if you don't use spies like in this game. So my city is getting safer and safer every turn. I'm starting to make railroads for that extra production bonus. It's not that huge in Gods and Kings, but it's still great. It's a little bit weaker than in vanilla, but still having that railroad bonus is very important. I'm gonna try to use all my oil on planes, and the rest, when I'm finished building planes, I should have the tech for machine guns and anti-air units, so I'm gonna build them later on. They have nice strength, they are a little bit weaker than, see, I got vision, and now when I got vision I can finally shoot something in the back. There we go, artillery boom, yeah. I was kinda too fast. I should have moved the artillery in the city to the hill. I have a road there. Shoot the artillery in the back and then move the artillery on the general on the city. Actually it wouldn't help because I don't have a road under the general. So it wasn't that bad after all, I guess. And so now I got 4 bombers. So I just need to move them to the city, and hopefully next turn I can do some damage finally. Yeah, a little bit damage with an interceptor. It's always nice to deal damage. Every unit killed now works in my advantage. So he didn't use his chance to take my city, and now with my air superiority, I should be able to push him back, hopefully. As you can see, I'm putting my bombers in the city in the back. Reason for this is, well, there's 2 reasons. First off, they have a limited range for transferring, but the second reason is they can bomb 8 tiles in front of them, around them, so actually in that city it's enough to bomb the units that can bomb my city. and bombard my city, so I can bomb all those units in the south, and I can gain that. I mean, I can make him retreat, so my city is safe. And when my city is safe, I'm just gonna put bombers in my frontal city, so I have more operational range. Now I'm trying to snipe his mid units again. He's still going to try. He's backing up now. So I gained some ground right now, and now I'm gonna try to deal some damage. Yeah. And bombers, bombers, bombers. Boom. Artillery down. No. Nice damage. No, nice damage. One artillery down. Second artillery down. And another artillery damage. So as you can see, bombers do a lot of damage to artilleries, which is very nice. But that's the kind of point. Bombers are good against units like artillery, the lower tier units, but against tanks, as you'll see later on, it's not that good. They don't deal that much damage, but I only need to kill artillery. He cannot take a city only with tanks, especially when I have units around. So I need to be sure that he doesn't have any siege units, and bombers will make that happen. As you can see now, he's in trouble. Yeah, there's not that. He only had like 5 artilleries, which were causing me so much trouble because I didn't have division. But thanks to my interceptor and now to the bombers, I have that advantage that I needed to defend and prepare to counterattack. So we're waiting for Steve to end his turn again. I'm gonna try to snipe off his artillery in the south, because why not? That musket is only sitting here, so he can do something useful. And will it work? Nah, he backed up. So now we're gonna try to kill off his units. As you can see, he's pretty fast. He saved his cavalry, so I shoot the worker instead. But hey, I got bombers now. The range, so I can have the bomber in my back city, and I can bombard without moving, or I can bombard the units more in front. Yeah, I'm slaughtering his artillery right now. You see, he got tanks. Um, Tanks are good, as I said, but I kinda have bombers right now, and I'm almost finished ballistics, so I should be okay. Since I finished off his artillery, he can't really deal damage to my city anymore, so this is very good. So I should be safe, my city should be safe, and I built some defensive buildings, so the combat strength of the city is actually getting higher and higher all the time. And my great persons popped this turn, as you can see. I got a great engineer, I got a great scientist and a great artist. So I'm just gonna put my my specialist slots into science now. I'm gonna yeah, hospitals for the extra food, so I can work more hammer tiles. So I got more bombers now, going to the frontal city. So this is looking better and better for me right now. I mean, I'm not that safe yet because he already has tanks, but oh, now he made a mistake. No, he didn't make it. Okay, I was hoping I can snipe off his general, but it didn't work like that. We're gonna pop a golden age right now, so this is pretty nice. I got another great general, I have a scientist waiting, so now I'm first in production, so this is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. No, no, don't put the engineer on oil. Come on, Yoruus, shape up. I hope I didn't do that. I should put the great engineer on some river tile, for example, grassland or something like that. No, I feel safe enough to put my artillery, to put my general in the city. But as you can see, he still has some strong units, especially that tank. That tank is gonna cause me a lot of trouble. But he doesn't have enough artilleries to just snipe my city off. So this is pretty nice. But he's trying. He's trying to deal damage still. I need to snipe his artillery off so my city will stay safe. See, he's still trying to deal damage to my city so he can swoop in a tank and destroy it, but I'm kinda fast enough to kill off his artillery. So that's pretty nice. And triplane to finish off. Yes, there we go. So no artilleries for you, Mr. Steve. So now we are feeling good, we are feeling safe. I got more bombers coming, so I can control, especially my land. As you can see, I can bombard every unit that he comes with. So now I have some pretty good damage. So I'm feeling safe right now. I'm not in a position to attack yet, but I did defend and I'm in a good spot to build up right now. Yeah, I just use a great scientist so I can actually build something useful. There's no point waiting with the great scientist for anything, so I can get my war infantry and infantry later on. You see, tanks are so crazy, they one-shot artilleries. It's so strong, so strong. I mean, like, come on. So as I said, if someone rushes tanks, it's pretty strong, it's really strong, especially when you couple it with artilleries. The only reason why I'm good, because I kinda get the bombers before he got the tanks, before he was able to deal damage. So I sniped off his artilleries and he cannot deal damage to my city, because tanks are not good attacking cities, but they are very strong at attacking units. This is why it's so strong to go tanks, and bombers are a bit risky to go, especially if someone has a lot of money and a lot of cavalry. He can upgrade to tanks instantly, and you cannot upgrade to bombers. You need to hard build them, so you cannot waste some turns to build the planes. That's why tanks are strong. They are very strong, as you can see. He only has 2 tanks and he will deal a lot of damage to me. He will do a lot of damage to me. So still, I'm not in. Well, I'm kind of in a comfortable position, I think, right now. At least I can defend pretty well. But you see those 3 tanks? He's just, oh, he's gonna do so much damage. Your rifle, boom. Musket going down in the back. But now he cannot do damage, and that's the most important thing. The cavalry one shot. As you can see, tanks are very strong. very strong. So only 4 tanks and a general. This is kinda, he made a mistake going with the general in front, because now I will just bomb. Yeah, I will just bomb his musket. I hope he cannot save this, because the thing with planes is you when you bomb a general, you just one-shot him. Ah, he managed to save it. Good. Because when you bomb a general, you one-shot it with a plane. So that's pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty. I'm gonna try to bomb C. It's so little damage. I mean, like, come on, how many times do I have to bomb to actually kill a tank? So they're very strong. They're very strong, very strong. 3 plane to the city in the south, so I can gain vision in front. So you can't surprise me with anything funky. Because as you can see, I have almost no ground units right now, so you can freely roam around my land and pillage and kill my stuff, steal workers, because tanks are that strong. I mean, they are very strong. So now it's time to make some ground units. Well, I'm first in production. I'm first in almost every category except population. That's why he has such a nice science. He has very good population. I kinda slacked in this regard in this game. My population is not that good. But I focus on production and science early on. So 4 tanks, only 4 tanks, and it's so hard to kill them. I have what, 9 bombers, and it takes ages to kill those 4 units. Now this is he made a mistake, and I'm gonna snipe his, yeah, I'm gonna snipe his general. I think he didn't know that it works like that, but he kinda learned it hard way. That when you bomb a general with the planes, it just one-shots them. So you gotta be careful when you put generals when actually planes are on the field, because as you can see, you just one-shot them. See how much damage? I mean, my plane took more damage attacking the tank than the other way around. Isn't that crazy? So much units I need to bombard and kill one tank. Craziness, craziness. 4 bombers and he's still alive. Yeah, 5 bombers, I mean 5 planes to kill one tank. So as I said, tanks are very strong, very strong. So if you don't have strong melee units, you're in trouble, mister, you're in very big trouble. Yeah. All the planes used and I only killed 2 tanks. Craziness, ain't it? So I'm trying to put a little bit pressure in here, but it will not work that well. Just gonna put 1 tank or some strong melee unit and I cannot do anything useful in there. I'm gonna try to get some melee units, that Lancer and Great Infantry, to take that city, but if I remember correctly, you will defend it easily. I'm building up universities because I want to have the option to build Oxford University, to have that extra 1 tech. It's pretty strong. Oxford University, so it's kinda good to have it, to time it right. I could have rushed some technology with it, probably, but then again I wouldn't be able to build factory defense buildings in my front cities, so we were quite kind of equal in science, and I had a great scientist, so I kind of felt comfortable to not build Oxford University, to not rush it. It should be fine. Yeah, a bit of damage, bit of XP is always nice with the triplane. So I'm finishing my railroads. I'm gonna put a road here as well, so I can move my artillery back one tile, set it up and attack. But those two tanks can roam freely now in my land. There we go. Gonna try to, yeah, move, pillage, heal up, and it's gonna take ages again to kill him. Yeah. Look how much units I actually need to kill one tank. Come on. 4 damage, 4 damage. Go 4 bombers and the tank is still alive. Very strong, really strong. But now I'm getting some melee units of my own. They are not tanks, obviously, but I like anti-air. I like the combination with anti-air and planes. This is pretty strong against enemy planes and ground units. So I'm gonna try to keep sniping off his artillery, and he's making some planes of his own. Damage, 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 boom. Yeah, putting a bit pressure in the city in the south, but as I said, nothing good will work out of it. So I'm gonna move as far as I can and upgrade to infantry. I'm gonna upgrade to infantry here as well. So yeah, I have some strong units in the front. And I think I'm just gonna switch to research laboratories after armory, if I remember correctly. Exactly, and another tank just roaming around my land. But this is the point when things are actually going good, because as you can see, those tanks dealt some damage to my land, but he cannot re-threaten my cities with those tanks. He cannot take cities with those tanks, so I kind of think, okay, I got a bit of time to get ahead in science, so I'm not gonna build melee units cause I feel comfortable with defense. So I'm just gonna go research labs to have even more advantage, and just deal damage with my planes, to defend with the planes. I don't want to commit that much into war right now, because I want to keep my economical and technological advantage. So I just gonna build up and try to clean off his units. Probably try to deal some damage. Yeah, take his worker, my worker back. That was my worker, not his. Yeah, so as you can see, damage to artillery is nice. It's gonna back it up. So I'm gonna try to clean up this tank in here. As you can see, it takes a lot of units to kill a tank. 60 damage to tank and 9 damage to a plane. So that's not the best choice, but then again, what can I do? Yeah, so that took 6 units to kill one tank. So as you can see, bombers are not that great. I see his triplane, and he has some units there as well. So I think I'm just gonna first a little bit pressure in the south. So you can see I'm moving front, but I cannot take it to the... I didn't finish the road. I should have finished the road earlier, so I cannot get in front of the city.
So he's just gonna defend that city with one unit. I'll try to finish the road right now, but it will be too late, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so I'm gonna heal those bombers a little bit. There's no point attacking the city or the tank close to the city when interceptors are inside. Finish the railroad. Yeah, heal a bit again. Fortify, heal. Finish the railroads between my cities for that extra production. Yeah, so I'm first in production, first in hammers. I mean first in production, which means first in hammers. I'm first at science, so that's pretty nice. I'm gonna try to deal. I'm gonna heal, I think. If I remember correctly, I already use it. Come on, come on. Yeah, and yeah, he just moves one unit and that's it. I cannot take this city now. As I said, the one unit is basically enough to block right now. But I defended. Now I got my bombers. I can move them all in front, so they can do damage in a larger range in front of my city. I think I went AFK for a second in here, cause like nothing's moving. Well, as you know, there's several reasons that a person can go AFK in a game like this. They can go grab something to drink, they can go grab something to eat, and blah blah blah, bio break or something like that. I know you're much interested, there's nothing is going on the screen, and I don't know why. Okay, let's wait when I get back. I think if I remember correctly, this game is basically it's over right now. There's not much you can do. I think we were discussing on TeamSpeak because we were at TeamSpeak when we were playing this game, kinda giving advice to each other. I think he's conceding right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's conceding right now because he lost his tiles, he lost his momentum, and he knows I can do damage now to his city. Nah, he entered the atomic era. So I guess it's not that turn yet when he's gonna concede. Well, it shouldn't be long right now. Tanks. Nice. So he went for tanks. I don't know why, but this recording will end soon. But I'm pretty sure he conceded since I took his city later on. I guess I had to stop recording that. So, well, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and see you guys later. See you guys in the next video. So again, thank you very much and see ya.